I recently revisited a song that I hadn't even thought about, let alone listened to for years. It's the theme song for Lego Ninjago. That was a show that I used to, well, I was going to say used to watch, that I still watch. I'm just kidding, I haven't kept up with it very much. But the point is, I was listening to the theme song again, I was reminded of it, and that led me to then look up a live version of the song. And in the specific video that I watched, there was an action by the singer that was very telling, and there's something very important about it to talk about, so stay tuned if you're interested. This channel exists to encourage you to continue to be a good person through lessons primarily rooted in biblical and Stoic principles. So back to the example, this band is called The Fold, and the song they're playing is called The Weekend Whip, and the event that they were playing at seemed to be more of a fan event as opposed to just a concert, I suppose. So it was a bit more personable, whichever you prefer, where the stage wasn't like this super highly raised platform. It's like they're raised up a little bit, and they were playing for a smaller group. And as they're going to begin playing the song, they had changed keys and then had the drummer kind of shimmer on the cymbals, and they're essentially transitioning into the song. The singer not only lets one of the fans sing part of the song, he lets multiple fans get on the stage and sing the entirety of the song. Now, this is something that to the singer, it could be just one event and one group of fans in a group of a ton of events that they did. I'm sure it's more than that to him, but again, it could be just merely that. But to the fans that got to not only get on stage with one of their favorite bands, but then sing one of their favorite songs and just jam with the band, that's something that they're going to remember forever. It's life-changing to them. There's another example similar to this. An artist, oh my goodness, Yamed, what am I talking about? An artist named Youngblood let a fan of his, again, not only get on stage with him, he let him play guitar for the entirety of a song that they were playing, and then after all that, let the fan keep the guitar. So again, this is something that to the fan is life-changing. So the idea here, or the lesson, is when you have some form of authority, position, presence, or power, just don't neglect the great opportunity that your position gives you to make a lasting memory in someone's life, not limited to, but namely by temporarily bestowing upon them that position you hold, within reason, obviously. All of my lessons have an implied clarification of in most cases or within reason. That said, it is important to point out the exceptions sometimes. So I'm not saying if you have a few guitars, just give all of them away since you're able. I'm also not saying that anyone in authority has to always give that authority to someone else. I'm simply highlighting a couple of examples of goodness to be not only examined, but emulated. There's a few examples of this principle or idea being taken advantage of in my own life, in a good way. Years ago, my brother-in-law had a pocket knife that I thought was pretty neat. It was, I think, what you would call an X-Acto knife, like a carpet cutter, but it was a pocket knife, like a folding one. And I'd never seen one like that before. And so I had seen him as he showed it to me a few times. And then he, out of nowhere, at least seemingly, gave it to me. This example is a bit different, but the point remains that he possessed something that I had no expectation or good reason for expecting to receive. But he nonetheless gave it to me, and I still have it, and I will never forget that. And also, on Christmas night of 2012, my parents let me stay up with my sister to watch Dog Days. That's the third movie in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. And this was an anomaly, given I would have been, like, on any other day, I would have been in bed already, like, probably for a while even. And I still remember just being perplexed. It's like, it was just one of those, like, pleasant surprise things. I have, again, no expectation, no reason for expecting this to pan out. It's not even something I would consider asking, because, like, obviously the answer would be no. I mean, it's like 7 o'clock already. You should be in bed, but I'm just kidding. It wasn't that early. At 7:30, but yeah, whatever the time was. So yeah, these are a few examples of whether it was in a macro sense of a famous artist gave someone their guitar or let them play play or sing a song with them on stage. Or like with the examples I used from my own life, I got to stay up a bit later and watch a movie. I hope the point is starting to become clear. Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it. That's Proverbs 3, verse 27. But the main applicable aspect of the verse being when it is in your power. Never neglect the position you have. Even if you're not a world-famous musician or anything like that, you are most likely a friend or a brother or sister, a valuable member of a team, whatever you may be. You carry some form of authority or position. So never hurt people with it, but rather bless them with it. So again, to really hammer the point home, take advantage of the position you have, whatever it may be, to show what might seem to be kindness out of nowhere to the person receiving it. But it's not out of nowhere. In fact, it's from your striving and your goal to do good and to be good. And on that note, remember to treat others the way that you want to be treated, to love God and love your neighbor, and therefore you will continue to be a good person. Thank you for watching. I sincerely hope that this helps you in some way. Apply it when and where applicable. And as always, it's an honor.